What if we thought about Christ's birth as an ongoing reality rather than a one-time historical event? The song that we're about to sing, Lois Shuford's Ready My Heart, is one that helps us do just that. It helps us think about the way that Jesus lives in us and the way we prepare ourselves for Jesus to live in us.
Ready my heart for the birth of Emmanuel. Ready my soul for the Prince of Peace. Keep the straw of my life for his body to lie on. Light the candle of hope. Let the child
So you can hear that this song has this haunting minor melody that really brings forth the longing in the text. The song first appeared on Steve Bell's Each Rare Moment CD. It was a live CD. The song is written by Lois Shuford, and not much is known about her. I don't think she's written a lot of songs, but somehow Steve Bell found the song and put it on his album, and people have loved it and are always asking Steve Bell for music for it so they can sing it in their church. And you will see on the website here that we have music for piano, the part that Larry is playing here. The song is a beautiful song. The minor melody is perfectly sculpted, the way it starts on an F and then moves to an A and then slowly goes to a D over the course of the song. It's really just like moving up a mountain and then coming back down it. It might remind you of O Come, O Come, Emmanuel, which is a similar kind of thing, an Advent hymn in a minor key. So think about it. You have O come, Emmanuel, ready my heart for the birth, right? So it's similar kind of sound, and these could actually be done very effectively in medley with one another. Or if you typically sing O Come, Emmanuel, you could swap it out for a year with Ready My Heart and have your congregation learn that. The whole second verse is just very powerful. Mine is the home that is poor and is barren. You think about the stable that's cold, and then Jesus coming into that stable and bringing light into it. It's really a wonderful image. This is an important addition to existing repertoire because most Advent songs, most songs that are precursors to Christmas and thinking about Jesus' birth, they focus on Jesus' birth. They might focus on one of the other themes of Advent, which is Jesus' return to earth. But none that I know of have this kind of devotional aspect of preparing our hearts in this way for Jesus' return. So even if you don't celebrate Advent, this idea of what is the state of our heart, and are we ready for Jesus to live with us every day of our lives? I think it's an important thing. It's also important that it's a contemporary song. It's not hardcore contemporary, but it is contemporary enough that it can be done with the praise team. If you are more of a contemporary church, this song would work beautifully with that. But you could also do it with organ, just piano, just guitar. And that expands your options to be able to sing it in a number of different styles of worship. And if I were to ask you, what songs would you do for Advent with your praise band? You'd probably have a hard time thinking of any songs that would work well for that. This is a song that would work well in that setting. So I think it's important to have a song like this in your repertoire. The leading the song musically, let's think about that. Steve Bell used something like, and I thought that's appropriate for his particular ensemble. It worked really well for them. But I prefer a more flowing kind of sound. So listen to Larry play this without any melody. 3 and go. So what he's playing is just very, very simple eighth notes, but it's keeping the movement going, and it just creates this bed that the melody can lie on. And that's all it needs, really, because it's a very strong melody. When you're leading the song, one of the biggest problems you'll face is the congregation probably won't know where to come in. I mean, this is an ongoing issue, right? And that's your job as a leader, is to help them do that. And so I'll give you some ideas about how you might help that. So Larry, give us the intro from this, and we'll just listen to what he does to help cue us. Ready, my heart. So do you hear how he pulled back the tempo just slightly? So it signaled you that something was happening. And then I was ready to sing when he came in. Now let's take Let the Child Come In. So this is ending the verse, going into the chorus. Let the child come in. Alleluia. So on that one, we have a big entrance. Alleluia. And so what we want to do is we want to cue that and leave a space for that to come into. So that's exactly what he's done right there. So that's a great way to bring your people in. Let's try just a couple things just to show you some different timbres we can use. So this one has the guitar playing the melody, the piano playing the arpeggios. Right at the beginning of the melody verse. 3 and So that's just something that you could use, for example, with an introduction. If you have a guitarist who is quite capable and could do more than chords and finger picking and those kinds of things, if they can solo out a melody, that would be a good way to do it. Something to remind your singers of. The word alleluia is a difficult word, especially this one lands on the lay part of alleluia, and it can come out really pinched. Allay, right? And you don't want that sound. So what you want to do is you want to open up your jaw, create a little bit more space for that vowel. Alleluia. It's still going to come out as an A sound, but it'll be a little bit rounder and not so abrasive. All right, so Larry's got an organ sound, is that right? So I'm going to do the arpeggios on this, and Larry is going to do sustained organ underneath it. So you can hear that this creates a nice sound because the guitar now takes over what Larry was doing on the piano, the arpeggios. The guitar takes that over, and then the organ sustains on that. So you always have options with a song like this. So that's a brief introduction to Ready My Heart. I think it's a great addition for any church that wants to have a song during Advent that is more devotional in nature. It's just a well-crafted song. I think your church will benefit from singing it. Let's close out by just singing the first verse of the song. Ready my heart for the birth of Emmanuel. Ready my soul for the praise